Hi everyone! I figured I'd go ahead and show you my suitcase box that has all of my appliques in it that I have saved for myself, and it has a few others like bits and pieces as well. So let's just dig in, shall we? Oh, by the way, so this one is like a Parisian themed suitcase. I like it. Okay, so I love this piece of fabric. It was a dress and a scarf kind of thing that I bought at a thrift store many years ago. And this is what I have left. Just all this gorgeous beaded purple fabric. I absolutely love it. So that end I showed you is the more heavily done end. And then this is the other end. So I thought that was gorgeous. I have a few random flowers in there and that I've colored. I dyed these myself. And I actually am probably going to do some flower dyeing very soon. I got some ink so that I could do that. I really enjoy doing that. Let's see. And then this is something I bought at I think I bought this at a store in Tucson when I was there one year. Just these gorgeous, gorgeous flowers on this fabric. I sold a lot of it, but I kept that one piece for myself. I have a bunch of those. I have a lot of just very ordinary random pieces like these that I can use in projects. So I won't show you all those. Some random little piece of blue fabric. Isn't that cute? A little tiny one. I like that. These, I have a bunch of these. I can't remember what the name of the dress was that these came on, but they are like a dark cream color with silver stitching around them. Whoops! Sorry. Bang the camera. I'll show you another one because I got so many, but they're absolutely gorgeous and they're super unusual. I've only ever found this type of applique once, and they came completely off of the dress too, which was awesome because a lot of times stuff doesn't do that. This is just a plain applique with nothing on it, and I might dye it at some point, or I might put attach beads to it. I don't know, we'll see. I have a couple of those. I have some hankies and doilies in here too. I really like super vintagey handkerchiefs. That one is actually a new one. As you could tell, it's never been used, never been washed, but I really do like those. That's just a piece of lace fabrics, so I have random things like that in here too. It's a really fine doily. I'm not a big doily person, but I want to try making a lace book or a doily book, so I do have to have some. This is a really delicate one. I like this one a lot. This is a very sort of heavy duty doily. That's just a piece. This is just sort of an interesting shaped piece. I think this looks like a pineapple. Then it keeps going, and then it has this second piece there. I really like these. The sequins are very, very heavily colored, and they actually are iridescent sequins, I believe, because yeah, they definitely are iridescent sequins. Now, mostly what you'll see is gold because they've aged, but I can actually see green and pink in there too, so really cool. There's another sort of pineapple bit. That's what it reminds me of. This is just one piece of lace that I have that's pink. This is a hem piece from a dress, and one that I just particularly liked. That's a new piece that somebody gave to me. This is from a dress. Oh my goodness. I love this so much. As you can see, super heavily beaded. Just absolutely stunning. And then it's got the golden sequins. And these ones, I think actually were always gold, because it just looks, they're very, each one is just the same as the others, and it just looks deliberate. And it has this like heavy beading here, but if you look on the back side, you can't, like, it's not removable because you've got all these stitches. So it's one that you have to cut around the edges. So I'm waiting until I know what I want to do with it before I cut it, because it's going to require very, very, very delicate cutting with a glue gun on hand just in case. Even in that leaf there, look at how many beads are in that. It's amazing, isn't it? So yeah, I really like that. That's just sort of another random piece. So is that. Most of this is not terribly interesting, but I will try and find interesting pieces. I have a bunch of these. I had, and this was fairly recently actually, had I think it was the veil, had these all around the edges. Really cute. So, I like that. Oh, I love these. That's off of a dress. Don't remember the dress, but I do remember the applique. Sometimes I save little tiny pieces. Here's another one where, now this is an example of where it's aging. I can just tell that those sequins have aged. I mean, that's why they're gold, because they've aged. I like that piece. It's got some interesting, that's kind of an interesting look, I think, that piece. Little random green and yellow piece someone gave me. Oh, I have a few of these, I think, and I sold a lot of them, and I think they're just lovely, just flowers. What else? Here's another. Is this a hem piece? No, I don't know what that is actually. There's one of them. There's one that I haven't taken off the backing satin yet. And there's a cutwork flower there. Now cuffs. These. So these are the cuffs from the dress that I cut up to make my daughter's wedding veil. So she had a veil, I think, but then she decided she really wanted a mantilla type veil, which, because it went better with her dress, and so that requires lace all around the entire tulle, right? So I happened to have a dress that had just the right lace on it, and that matched her dress, her wedding dress. And so I did that, and I made that mantilla style veil for her, which is one of the most creative things I've ever done, probably, because I'm not really very good at stuff like that. But anyway, I saved the cuffs from the dress because it's kind of like a, sentimental thing, and because they are really gorgeous actually too. I really like those. I just kind of throw them over there and then they fell over, but that's all right. This was an interesting dress. It's got, I don't know what it is, but it sort of has a little bit of sparkle to it, and it's the thread that goes around the edges it's weird. It's just different. It's got like a metallic sheen in places. I don't know. It's very cute though. Very pretty. More random pieces. Ooh, look. It's another thing. I sometimes keep some of the beaded pieces. This is a very unusual one, isn't it? Let's see what else we have. Oh, I love these, because I have a special love for things that are very delicate. And this is definitely very delicate. And this has iridescent sequins, which I also particularly like. So that's good. That's just kind of ordinary. That's all this is ordinary stuff. There's another one like the one I showed you a little while ago. It's another thing. I have a lot of repeats in here. I did some dyeing and managed to sort of make that one piece look gray, which is interesting. There's another hand-dyed flower that I had made. There's another piece that I managed to dye like a really dark pink. Oh, cute. I think I have a bunch of those in here. And I'm pretty sure those, yep, these were off of a dress. Is another handkerchief. And this handkerchief. And this is, handkerchiefs like this are one of the things I'll look for at the rummage sale. So tomorrow is the first organizational meeting. This is a really unusual one. It's like not colored at all, but it's really like got a lot of work on it. Isn't that weird? I think that one's kind of weird. Tomorrow's the first organizational meeting. The get together meeting for this year's giant rummage sale. And I'm hoping to go to the meeting tomorrow. I don't have to, but I want to. So this will be my 7th year in charge of the crap section at our giant, enormous rummage sale. More doilies. And the sale itself is on June 30th. If anybody's watching and you're in the Seattle area and you're interested, contact me, because if everybody, I swear, if you had the opportunity to come see this rummage sale just once, you should do it, because it's freaking amazing. I also have videos of a previous year's rummage sale, and I will try to remember to link that either in the cards up above or in the description box. So anyway, so the sale's on the 30th, so starting more than a week before that, like 9 days before that, I think it is, I will be working the prep for the rummage sale. Oh, isn't that gorgeous one? I like that. That's a piece of hem there. Oh, this is another one that I bought at the fabric store in Tucson. Isn't that amazing? That's pretty ordinary, but it's really cute too. I like that. Another of those. I've got like one really dark blue piece right there. There's another of those ones. Oh, I love this. This was off a dress. And I just sort of fell in love with it, so I kept it for myself. Isn't it gorgeous? So there's that. Oh, look. So remember that piece I showed you, and I flipped it over and I showed you all the stitching on the back? This is one leaf that I have actually cut around. And it's the beads so far staying put. There's another hand-dyed flower. If I do a large number of flowers, if I get a lot of them done, I will be selling some, by the way. This is an interesting sort of jeweled piece that was on a dress. What else can we find here? There's another very delicate looking one that I just love. Somebody gave me these, I think. And I know someone gave me a bunch of those. And I apologize, I can't remember who it was anymore, or right now. Oh, look at this. So I saved this piece because it's very, very gold. The sequins are very, very gold on this, and I think it's actually very lovely. It's one of those things. A lot of people won't use pieces when the sequins have turned gold like that, but personally I think it looks really awesome. Here's another actual applique that I dyed. So, and there's another one. And that color, the color of these is just gorgeous. It's that just sort of antique rose. There's a hot pink one. I did some experimenting, as you can see. And then that's a different pink again, actually. That's close to that antique rose, that one, but not completely. Oh, this. Look at the lace on this one. Isn't that just stunning? Look at the corner. Oh, just love it. Absolutely love it. So my mother still uses handkerchiefs, and she will only use like a certain kind of handkerchief. Like it has to be like this size, right? And it has to be fairly soft, and preferably it has a like embroidery. And she uses both new and vintage ones, depending on what she can find. But I just think it's so funny that she still uses handkerchiefs. She's never like really made the jump to using Kleenex. Isn't that cute? And my grandmother, her mom was the same way. She was always had a handkerchief. But my grandmother, she had this horrible. This is a new one, by the way. I mean, like, it's not a vintage piece. And this was, I think that's from So, but I'm not sure. So is a friend of mine. So, hi, So. If you're watching, hi. Anyway, my grandmother had this dreadful habit. So she would have a handkerchief, and she would shove it down between the cushions of the couch, or down between the arm of the chair and the cushion that she was on the chair that she was sitting in, and then she would forget it was there, and it was like so disgusting. She was like, this is so horrible. That's really heavily beaded again, that one. And she would she would just forget. She had like so many handkerchiefs all the time. And the other thing I can remember is my granddad had the big men's handkerchiefs, just the big plain white ones, right? And I can remember my grandmother cooking them, or not really cooking them. By the way, look at the silver on this one. Isn't that amazing? But she had this one pot that she kept just for like whites, and so she didn't use it for cooking. It was just for cleaning, for laundry. But she had a gas stove, and so she would put this battered old pot on the stove and turn it up high and fill it with water, and I think she used to put a little bit of bleach in there, though I couldn't swear to it. And she would put all the handkerchiefs in there, and all of Granddad's handkerchiefs anyway. I can't remember if she did hers that way or not. And she would like literally boil these handkerchiefs, and she had like a wooden, it was either tongs or just like a poker kind of a thing, and so she'd be like there at the stove like doing this to these handkerchiefs in this boiling water. Yeah, remember that. That sounds like bizarre to me now. It's like, geez, but she didn't have a washing machine back then. That was before she got her first washing machine. So there you go. Also shows you that I'm quite old. That would have been around 1968, probably, I would imagine. This is super delicate again. This has almost no weight to it whatsoever, which is really cool. There's that little piece. That was cute. Let's see what else. Yeah, I remember. I don't remember what that dress looked like, but I remember these appliques. Which is so weird. But you wouldn't think I could possibly remember any of this, because I literally have had, oh my, I don't even know, many dozens of dresses over time. Got some of those little 3-flower clusters like those. So I'm just digging around in here to see what else I have that is different from anything we've seen so far. That's a really beautiful one. I like that, and I like the cluster right there. And this is unusual because these are white sequins. You don't see that very often. You see clear, and you see iridescent. And you see clear far more than you see iridescent. But I think that was actually either the only one or one of only 2 or 3 that I've ever had that had white sequins. That's very, very unusual. That was like a little piece off of something. I don't remember what. Oh, this dress. Kind of remember this dress. So this dress was like a champagne color, and it had all these gorgeous pieces on it that have like darker embroidery there. I wonder if I have a bigger piece here. Hope so, because I'd love to show you. It's one of my favorite dresses I ever had. That's just a new piece, a bow. Duh, obviously it's a bow. What's this? Oh, that's kind of just regular. I have a few of these. I don't remember where I got those, but they're so cute. There's another little dangle piece that I have. What else can I find here? Ooh, this looks really pretty. Oh, here's another piece I dyed, and this one is just pink, like just barely pink. Oh, excuse me, man, I've got indigestion. That's really cute. A lot of this is just kind of repeats, or it's just not terribly interesting. That's a nice piece. It's a kind of an interesting shape. I like that one. And I have some of these butterflies in that really pretty color. Let's see. Don't have a lot more here to show you. I mean, I still have a lot of stuff, but it's, as I said, mostly repeats or just very similar. Here's another one. This is that same one I showed you just a minute ago. And so some of the flowers were doubled like this. Oh, it was just stunning. I loved that dress. And I love the flowers. Absolutely love them. Oh, look. Here's a little thing where 3 in a row of those. So I have one bow with a dangle. It's a very plain bow though. I like that piece. I don't know why. It's just very simple, very lightweight. Some more pink. More pink. Oh, there we go. Sometimes I pull pieces off of headdresses, and this may have been from a headdress. Could have been from the front of a dress, but I think it was probably from a headdress because it's really heavy. Oh yeah, and look, see how it's got heavy glue and stuff on the back. Yep. And then here, this is just a little cuff that I kept because I thought it was pretty. I don't know why I have a piece of gold ribbon in there. Whatever. Let's see. That does not belong in there. I think that's pretty much everything that's interesting in here. Yep. A couple more of those little things. I have no idea what... Oh, I guess the coasters. Just fabric coasters, which is kind of weird. That one's sort of a purple color. I like that. I never know what I'm going to get when I dye things. Oh, I like those. Aren't those pretty? Super pretty. This is a very heavily sequined piece, but that is a new piece, I believe, and not from a dress. And then finally, there's another one. Another very heavily beaded flower. So, that's my collection, and probably not as much as you would expect for how many dresses I've had and how long I've been doing this and stuff, but that's okay. I really don't need any more than this. I've got to like make something, you know? That would be nice if I actually did something and made something with it. I mean, I have ever, but not for a while. So I'm going to put everything back in there. And there we go. So thanks for sharing this with me. Hope you enjoyed it. if I find anything else interesting in my scrapbook room slash craft room slash office, I will share it with you. Bye for now.